So I find this very, very interesting from a purely like pragmatic standpoint, because I want to go through this. Dem presidential hopeful Yang, that's Andrew Yang, the UBI guy, the Yang Gang guy, the guy that wants a universal basic income for everyone. He agrees to interview with Ben Shapiro over anti-circumcision stance. And I found it interesting they said interview when I'm pretty sure they mean debate, but who knows, maybe that's just how it's going to be, like the type of debate it's going to be. It's going to be more of a discussion or interview than an actual debate. But I find, like, all of this is very, very interesting to me because I'm thinking just purely, like, power politics, purely tactics right now. Because I don't think any of these... I mean, I'm sure Ben Shapiro probably feels very strongly about his position, but to really think he's going to go after someone that's got, like, barely 1% in the polls on the Democratic Party, like, I don't see why he's going after this in that sense. I'm just thinking purely tactics, and I think that is the best approach. But notice what's happening here. So the Yang Gang hashtag... if you don't believe me, just check my last video on it, is actually a pretty, like, popular hashtag. That my last video got something like 400 views just by mentioning it, and that's something like just out of nowhere. So that shows it's a popular search term. People are actively searching this term and constantly looking for it. And they're constantly looking for, like, anything that pops up here. Now, whether it's, like, Andrew Yang's, like, paid people to keep that hashtag populated, or whether it's entirely organic, who knows? But what's interesting is that it's there. And I think that's what Ben Shapiro is trying to capitalize on. Ben Shapiro sees that, yeah, this is a popular hashtag. Yes, this is something that, like, from what it seems to be, like, people all over the political spectrum are following this hashtag. So it means that he's going to get a good audience by debating Andrew Yang. It means he's going to get, I think, viewers. And, like, he's going to spread his name. And that's his job as someone that runs the Daily Wire and someone that's whole job is just to be popular. Like, to be successful online is to be popular, really. And I think that's entirely his goal here. I think that's what he's out to do. Although then again, Ben Shapiro is Jewish, so I imagine he's very he feels very strongly on the circumcision issue. But from what it seems to me, that Andrew Yang doesn't really feel that strong. It seems to be more of like an offhand comment of, yeah, like whatever it seems to be essentially what he says is, yeah, I think it's not something you should definitely go for. I think people should have a choice. I think they shouldn't really like force it on families like they are, and saying like this is highly recommended. He's trying to say, yeah, there are some ups and downsides, and I wish people knew that there are ups and downs. He doesn't really seem to be like anti-circumcision, as Ben Shapiro and the Hill seems to be suggesting, at least from what I've seen, at least. But from Andrew Yang's perspective here, notice how there's really not any reason for him to not take this. Like there's nothing but good reasons to accept this debate. Because think about it, like let's say he fails miserably. Well, there will be people that already have their sides, right? There will be people that there'll be plenty of people that are anti-Ben Shapiro. There are loads of people that are anti-Ben Shapiro. So if they're watching this, there's going to be loads of people watching this because they dislike Ben Shapiro. And that means they will automatically side with Andrew Yang. And a lot of people, even if Ben Shapiro were to crush him, even absolutely crush him in that debate, I am confident there are quite a few people that would say Andrew Yang won just because they don't like Ben Shapiro. And those people are going to be left-wing. Those people are going to be voting as Democrats, most likely, voting in the Democratic primary. So notice here kind of what's happening is Andrew Yang is going to get a ton of publicity from this. Like, Ben Shapiro is a big name. Lots of people know who he is. His podcast is very successful. So by putting his name out there, by debating Ben Shapiro, he is getting his name over all sorts of, just all over the media. And already, look right here, articles written about him. Like, I think from a purely just tactic standpoint, he is running a good campaign. He is someone that nobody knows. Pretty much nobody knew who he was like a month ago, and now he was on Joe Rogan. He was on, like, he seems to be someone that, as much as I don't want him to win, I really don't want him to win. I really, like, of the people that I want to win, he is someone I want to win. I don't even know if I'd say the least. It's just I don't want him to win. And yet I have to admire him a little bit for his tactics here. In the sense of, yes, like, even if he fails miserably, he's still going to come out good from this, because there will be loads of people that are anti-Ben Shapiro that will now be pro-Yang because they will see him fighting Ben Shapiro. They will now see him debate Ben Shapiro on a position that, let's be honest, like, not too many people care about. Like, I'm not saying that the position isn't important or doesn't need to be discussed. I'm just saying, let's be honest, not too many people, I don't think, feel very strongly about this. Maybe you're an exception. But I don't think this is an issue that people are going to be like, oh my god, like, I used to like Andrew Yang, now I hate him because he has a relatively tame anti-circumcision stance. So I'm just looking at this purely from a politics or power politics angle. This is a good campaign move, and this is something very interesting. Like, I have to admire him on the power politics side a lot more than I admire him on his actual moral positions and what he wants for this country. But this is nothing but good. And I wonder if Ben Shapiro realizes that. I kind of wondered if there's like an extra step to that. And Ben Shapiro is like, yes, maybe I prefer Andrew Yang more than I prefer the other people. Or maybe it's all just like, again, it's marketing. If you want to debate someone, that's marketing. That's how you spread your name out there. That's how you get people to talk about you. Like the conversations on my channel, by talking to people, I talk to them because I like to talk to them. Like that's the primary reason, because I enjoy those conversations. But then again, that's another person that knows about you, their audience knows about you now, that kind of thing. So I wonder if that's what's going up. But I just wanted to really like make sure people realize that here as this is happening. The fact that like I think this is pretty much just an advertising, but like I think both of them view this as free advertising. Maybe definitely more on Andrew Yang's side, but maybe, I think most likely on Ben Shapiro's side, it's an advertising angle. Again, like the more people you debate, people will talk about that. Like Ben Shapiro debates is something that people will talk about. So, yeah, I just found this interesting, and I thought I want to point that out as people are viewing this, that I think in the end this is all just advertising. I don't really know Ben Shapiro's position on circumcision, and I haven't heard him talk about it often, so I can't imagine he's too hardcore on it, but maybe that's because the topic never came up. But yeah, Andrew Yang, he doesn't seem to be that, like, dedicated to it. So again, like, if you don't really feel strongly about an issue, why would you debate someone on it? Like, if you're not that concerned with an issue, just, like, what's the point of debating it? And I think because of advertising, because that is how you get yourself up in the polls, is you pick someone as a target that a lot of your voters will not like, and you attack them, you debate with them, and that will make people like you. It's the whole enemy of my enemy is my friend thing. Even if someone likes Kamala Harris more than they like Andrew Yang, they'll really like Andrew Yang debating Ben Shapiro. I think that's what this is all about. So I guess good on him in that respect, even though I don't want him to win. He's just interesting because I'm very interested now in the whole like power politics angle. As we can see, Trump went about it a certain way and he won. People said he wasn't going to win, but he went about it a certain way and now he's winning. Or now he won, I guess I should say. Years ago he won. And Andrew Yang is kind of doing it in a similar way, and yet like he's doing it and he's rising up out of nowhere. But he's doing it in a different way. And I'm interested to see that. I think that's very interesting about how he's taking the meme approach. I think he's doing publicity very well. And we'll see how that goes. I could be completely wrong, but we're going to find out. But I just wanted to talk about the power politics aspect of that. I was literally writing an article on actually blaming the victim, and I went into power politics to argue like why accusing someone of victim blaming is so stupid. And then once I saw this, I'm like, okay, I'm in a power politics mindset right now. That is something I need to address. Yeah, if you agree, disagree with, let me know what you think in the comment section. If I'm completely looking at this from the entirely wrong angle and I'm just overanalyzing this, let me know what you think. Whether, again, agree, disagree, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.